Morning, guys. It's Friday morning. It's about 70 degrees out. This is the FF Dynamics triple threat fans, 3 10-inch fans, separate shrouds. They're chambered. You know, each fan has its own chamber. This radiator comes with a cooler for the transmission. You see it in there. We're going to use this on mine. So what I want to do is pre-tested all the fans. They all work. It's a double core deal. What I want to do is, now the setup that I have in my Jeep is a pretty good setup. It's a 98 ZJ clutch on. We get the hood open and we'll go over that just in case some of you guys don't know what I got already. Alright guys, if you're missing your rubber mount up underneath your radiator, you'll know what I'm talking about. There's a little round grommet that it sits down into. You can take a piece of heater hose, drill like a 3/8 hole through it with it long, and then cut it off the length, and then it makes a good little deal for the rubber bushing if you don't want to go to junkyard and hunt one. We got her sitting in there. It's got mounts for the condenser, so that's how she's gonna sit. It's a big ass radiator, that's for sure. This ought to end overheating problems. Alright, let me carry on. Alright, had to use their adapter. Right now it's clearing, so you have to use that. Let's see if this hooks up. I haven't tried it yet. Well, we'll get back to that. Both my mounts here are screwed. So we're going to do something here and see if this works. If not, I'll go get some. I'm going to drill. These are the mounts that go on top of the radiator. Both of them are mounted at the top from they've been taken off so many times. I'm going to drill through them, put a bolt through it, cinch it down like that, see if that works. And I'm going to drill it out in the center. Just drill it straight out and put a bolt in it, and see if we can find a round cap head, something like that, like a carriage bolt, something small, maybe like this, maybe something like that. And we can clean it up over there on the belt sander. I'll see how this goes. I'll let y'all know. Of course I dropped one, but I think that'll work. Alright, let's try it and see what happens. I might as well monkey mine up before y'all do it. Get the correct drill bit and turn it back on. Well guys, I installed the radiator and I made a video on it, but I'm not going to post it because the results I'm getting at idle that I posted on Rusty 411 on the group is not jiving when you actually drive it. I've been working on that all day, not worrying about this because it seemed to be good. I hadn't even driven it, but it's going to be loud, but it'll sit here all day and idle because I run it for about 3 hours yesterday just letting it idle just to see, but I didn't drive it. I didn't take it out. But if you see where it's sitting at, don't pay no mind to my engine light and stuff on. That's because the TCM's not hooked up. But you can hold it at RPM speed on the highway, which on this with the gears is about 2200 at 60. It takes a minute, so I'm gonna just let it do its thing, and we'll watch it. I knew better than trying this. I mean, the flex light one probably does work because it's way better fans. and it's $1,000. But for $500, the way they describe this thing to be such a good deal and how it works so good, there's not enough airflow from these fans. Just like the last time I tried this. But if you take it out on the highway and run it, I thought it might be the transmission getting it hot, so I figured I'd try this at the home, just sitting here. And if you sit here and let it stay at highway speed, it'll get up past 210. And as soon as you let off of it, let it idle for about 10 minutes, it'll cool back down, which means there's not enough airflow. The speed of the water with the RPMs of the engine is going faster through the radiator, so it takes more air to cool it off than what this is supplying. Because if you let it drop back down to idle, it'll cool right off. I didn't take my own damn advice. I should have just got an aluminum radiator, did my little clutch fan setup that I've been using for 2 years with the stock auxiliary fan, and just let it ride at that. But at least I made the mistake and not you guys. I pay for the radiator out of YouTube money, so I can make the mistake where y'all don't have to, the way I look at it, the way Jennifer looks at it. But this is not going to work. I'm going to have to take it back out and take those fans off, see if I can get the stock clutch that I got up, the ZJ clutch, on this radiator without it hitting, and go from there. That's what we're going to have to do. There's nothing wrong with the cooling system. I should have left it alone. It creeped up on me one time in a drive-through, and it was because the belt was a little loose, and I didn't figure that out till the next morning. But I decided, you know, might as well just go ahead and upgrade it, make it better than stock. But there is nothing better than stock. Maybe that Flex Light radiator that's $1,000, maybe that one's better, but it ain't worth all that. I mean, the clutch fan, and I said this in the video when I was making the video on this radiator, the clutch fan's not going to stop working. It don't take electricity to make it work, and it's going to turn as fast as the engine turns, and it'll move a lot of air. I'm talking about, you can't even hear the engine over the clutch fan when I'm in the woods. But this deal here is not going to work. I can't send it back because I already cut my cooling lines to my transmission to make this radiator work, so I'm stuck with it, and I'll make it work. I'll just have to put the stock shit back on it. And it works good at idle because the water's not flowing through there so damn fast, but it doesn't have enough airflow to keep up with the water flow when you rev it up. It ain't never got this hot. Even when I said it got creeped up on me, this thing runs at 190 usually. But it's getting right past 210 right now. That's right there to the point of where it's almost to where the auxiliary would have kicked on before. Take the RPMs away from it and let the water slow down where it can cool off. This is the same reason on most vehicles, if you take the thermostat out, it'll run hotter because the water's going through there so fast. It don't have time to cool it down. But if we sit here about the same amount of time as we just did to get it up to that temperature, it'll cool back down to the thermostat temperature, which is 180 on this. So it's nothing to do with the engine or the thermostat or any of that stuff. It's the those fans. If you watch my evolution of my XJ video, you'll see where I was putting 10-inch fans on the other radiator that I had years ago, or 2 years ago, and it did the same thing as it's doing right now. So I ended up throwing all that stuff away. I actually give the fans to Johnny Thompson Jr. to help with his, because his auxiliary was messed up, and I put the stock stuff back on there and never had another problem with it, which is why I said that in the video in the first place on the basic tips. And you know, you get caught up with this fancy shit that they sell, and you think that, you know, wow, man, that's badass, I got to get that, and then you get it and it don't turn out to be what you thought it was going to be. And this is exactly what's happened right here. But it's all wired up straight. We'll come back to that when it cools down. I even unwired it and wired it in straight into the battery where I know they're not kicking off. I mean, they're moving a lot of air, but it ain't nothing compared to what that mechanical fan will move. I mean, it's just no comparison. There's just no comparison to the mechanical fan, because when you rev the engine up, the fan turns faster. Y'all watch some of my trail ride videos, all you can hear is that damn fan up there, but it keeps it cool. And the damn radiators on these things are so damn small, it's just hard. I'm getting to the point where I'm ready to, you know, if I put the mechanical fan back on here, it'll work fine. I know it will all summer. But even if you get a little bit of dirt in the radiator on these, or those brush pieces that blow off the top of weeds when you drive over them, that little furry shit will cause them to run hot. Any little thing you do to the radiator on these will make it run hot. So if I start having problems next year, after the radiator gets dirty and stuff, because I know it's going to cure it when I put the stock shit back on it, it's going to be over with, because I done did this before. I don't know what the hell I was thinking, but anyway, if it does it again, it starts giving me trouble, I'm going to modify the core support, and I'm going to get a different radiator, a bigger radiator to go in here, and then you can maybe get a big electric fan to put on it, and that will do it. But these 10 inches just ain't enough. I mean, Donald, there's one of our guys on our channel, he's got an XJ, I don't know where he lives at, but his does good with that flex light stuff, but I don't know, I don't see how. I mean, I know an automatic's going to run a little bit hotter because the fluid's going through the radiator, but so does it from stock, from factory, and it doesn't ever cause a problem. But I'm frustrated with this damn thing. This I don't know what to do. I mean, I could call the people and raise hell and send it back and pay the shipping, or just fix it myself and let you guys know, you know, don't waste $500 on that fucking thing, because it's not gonna work. I mean, I drove this thing, well, y'all see how long it took to get it up to temperature past 210. With the old setup with my stock radiator, it stayed about right there, about 190 all the freaking time. Except that one time it creeped up on me, but I just put a new belt on it and it stretched on me a little bit and it was slipping on the water pump. So, but in the trails riding all last summer, it stayed below 210 over in this area. I should have left it alone. I knew what I needed to do. I needed to take the radiator out, wash the mud out of it, and put it back in here, and it would have been good to go. But I was wanting to make a video on cooling system upgrade, but you know, it was pointless. I'm plumb frustrated with it. But if we sit here and idle, you know, if I run my mouth for another 10 minutes, it'll cool it right back down to the thermostat temperature. As soon as you hold the RPMs, it'll go back up. I done did it 2 or 3 times, and I've checked everything. It's nothing but there's not enough airflow. But anyway, shit. Good thing I saved the old stuff. But I'll take that radiator out and take those fans off, and I'll use them on something else. Maybe on this car here or something. the radiator's big enough on this car to take them, or I'll figure out something to do with them. I can't send the radiator back because I just can't. It's too much shipping and stuff. But I did that today. I wasn't even worried about the Mustang, the XJ, because it was fine idling in the yard. And you think when you buy something and they tell you shit, it's gonna be true. And more these days, it ain't. It ain't. That's why I was so skeptical when I got those locking hubs. But it did this yesterday, and I was wondering why it did that. See that? That's the orifice tube. It blew that out yesterday, and I was wondering why it did that, because it don't make no sense. The air conditioner was working fine, but it wasn't pulling enough air across the fucking condenser, and it shot. That's the orifice tube. It's mounted down in here. The pressure got so high before the high pressure switch could kick it out that it shot that right out. That was yesterday's episode. It blew that out, blew all the coolant out. I mean, all the damn refrigerant out of it. But I got that fixed, and I fixed that this morning, and I just got it running, and everything was good. And I said, well, I'll just go for a ride this evening whenever I get done with the car. And I did, and it turned into a cluster. And I got a whole video on putting this thing in, but I'm not posting it because I was saying how good it was without driving it like a dumbass. I should have went for a ride in it. I'm sorry I'm cussing and stuff and upset, but it's aggravating. I got a trail ride this weekend, and I want to go, and I'm going to go. See, it's dropped some more. But it'll come all the way down if you let it sit here and idle. I did it 3 times on the way home. It just ain't enough air. That's all there is to it. I'll put the stock setup back on it, the clutch fan. I might go buy a new clutch for the fan, and I'm probably gonna have to machine the fucking fins off of it to where it will fit in there with that radiator. But we'll do what we got to do, and we'll get it working, or we can go trail riding this weekend without having to worry about this shit. I don't like a running hot Jeep, because it fucks transmission up, everything. It's not good for it at all. I mean, if you feel the air blowing out of them things, it's pretty impressive. You'd think that it would work, but it didn't. But I know what will work, because I have proven it to work, and that is the CJ clutch on the stock fan with the auxiliary fan hooked to an accessory where it's on all the time and not just with the AC, and it will not run hot. That damn thing there don't ever get above 150 because it doesn't have AC. It'll run cool all day. The AC is what heats them up, but it should run fine with the AC. But see, she don't have none of that stuff, and her transmission goes through this cooler, so she's this one don't never run hot at all. And I got it hooked up like mine was. That's just, I don't know what I was thinking, guys. I'm beating a dead horse. I'm aggravated. But at least now you guys know, don't waste $500 on one of them radiators. If you want an aluminum radiator, get one of the cheaper ones that'll fit good. Look at reviews. Put your stock fan back on it with the shroud, the ZJ clutch, and the auxiliary fan, and it will be fine. Mine ran like that for shit 2 summers now in some hellacious conditions. But I tell you what, this thing does look cool, but looking cool and working is 2 different damn things. I was a damn piss a while ago. If it wasn't for the old lady, I probably would have pulled this radiator out and set fire to it. But she always saves me from myself. But like I said, at least I made the mistake and you guys didn't. If these were better fans, like the Flex Light fans that are real expensive, it probably would work. But these are Chinese shit, just like everything else you freaking buy anymore. And the Flex Light ones might be too. But they have standards that they go by when they build their stuff. But yeah, this ain't gonna work, guys. We might use one of them for, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But alright, I'm going to shut up and quit bitching, and I'll get it fixed. If you guys want to go with us this weekend, we're going to be camping in Osceola National Forest, and PM me on the Facebook group and I'll tell you where we're going to be at, and y'all guys can come out and ride with us and camp with us. I know some guys from St. George and Lake City watch the videos, and if y'all want to come out and ride with us, you're more than welcome. I'm going to get this thing fixed. I'll probably come home from work tomorrow and fix it, and we'll be good to go. Y'all take it easy. I'll talk to you later. Bye.